Tone on the
There we
All
go.
right, we back. We had a little malfunction, you know. Uh, but welcome to the pod. This is TD Talk. You know how we get down here on TD Talk. Um, so first things first. This is my man Dave. Long time, y'all know Dave Skeezer, one time quarterback. This is my quarterback. You know what I mean? That's the man. Okay, he knows football. This man spends a good amount of time, looking at football, checking out football. And we bringing you that live, them picks. Okay, so Dave,
Yo,
what's going on with it? What's
we
going
got
on with it?
we got 30 minutes to game time. We're running a little behind. Gonna drop these locks for the boys. Had a good weekend last weekend. I think everybody did. NFL week 1, college week 2, week 3 if you count week 0, whatever the fuck that means. We had a good Saturday on college picks last week. We would have took it home if it wasn't for Colorado, but we're gonna stay away from Colorado for a little bit, so you ain't gotta worry about that no more.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Um, Definitely staying away from Colorado. All right. First things first here. Let's jump on into this. Um, First things first, we're gonna get into college. Okay, we're gonna get into our college picks. Can everybody see me? Okay, y'all see me? Okay.
Yeah, you're in there.
All right. All right. Let's get into our college picks from week 2. First things first, Dave. Let's start us off. Start us off with the first game that we're gonna have on schedule. First game, big noon. Let's talk about Alabama. Okay. First things first, let's get into it. Let's talk about Alabama.
Alabama, pretty disrespecting spread at minus 16.5 right now. Let's see their last couple games at USF, 42-16. First game of the season, 63-0. I think they cover the published spread. Let's see what we got on the pick list here. I've got Alabama alternate spread minus 12.5, odds minus 163. And I'm going to throw that in a parlay. With 4 other picks, I think Alabama waxes Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin had a couple good first games. I don't think they're hanging with Obama Tide.
Right. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I like Alabama on this pick. I really do. I like Alabama on this pick. Of course, I think that a lot of people talk about how Nick Saban's gone. A lot of people don't know Kalen DeBoer. I had to inform some of my homies that look, Kalen DeBoer, he's no slouch. Okay, this man winning record is crazy. Okay, y'all could say, yeah, he was in some of them lower conferences and all of that. But I'm gonna tell you what: if you win, you win. I don't care if you win in high school, you win in middle school, you win in college, D2 level, D3 level. Man, if you winning at 100 and I think 14 and like 12, the man got a 90% win rate, 95. This guy, he's legit. Okay, he's legit. So me personally, I would make sure that if you want to bet against Alabama, you feeling like, man, they're gonna catch him a L. They ain't got Nick Saban. I be careful.
Nah,
I definitely be careful
Bama's gonna Bama.
for sure.
So yeah, I got them at alternate spread minus 10.5. Cheat Vegas a little bit. I think I took all alternate lines just to give us a little more lock on the picks this week.
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
Oh, I got a minus 12.5. Minus 12.5.
Okay. Minus 12 and a half. Also, Also, when you look at Alabama, you should look at that point spread. Now, I probably won't take it this week, but I would look at that point spread. I think that the score might get ran up. This is one of those tight games. I feel like one of those, um, like I say, tight games going in that type of direction. Um, but like I say, I'm not gonna take it. I will look at it, but I'm not gonna take it. Okay, let's
Oh, you
go
talking
on
about the over?
into yeah, yeah. I like the over. I like the over. Um,
All right. What we got next? Another 12 o'clock game. We got Memphis.
yeah, Memphis. Memphis is let's go Memphis. Let's go Memphis next up. Okay.
Memphis, Florida State.
Give me the rundown on Memphis because I think you like Memphis a lot on this one. Um, I don't like Florida State, but I don't really know too much about Memphis.
I don't know too much about Memphis either, but I know Florida State is fucking garbage.
Yeah,
And
that we
let's
do
see.
know
Let's go to the books real quick. Let me click on Florida State game real quick. We got 78% of the bets are placed on Florida State, despite being fucking trash weeks 1 and 2.
for sure.
As long as DJ Ugalawale is in the backfield, they ain't gonna look good. Memphis, pretty solid. Let's check covers. We like to use covers.com. Little plug in for those guys.
Yeah.
Let's check the Memphis game here. Where we at? Right there. Memphis 2-0, Florida State 0-2. Memphis last 10, 8-2. We got first game of the season, 40-0 against a no-name team, but still put up numbers. Troy, 38-17. We got the same quarterback returning, Hennigan, and he's looked pretty good. Good passer rating. Put up 300 yards on the old NorAl team, whoever that is. I just think we got a
Okay.
good program in Memphis. They got a lot to prove. They're going to be playing at Florida State. Florida State is going to disappoint the public once again.
I think
I've
so as
got,
well.
if you're feeling froggy, take the money line if you want to cash out. But I've got Memphis plus 10.5, another spread alternate. Bump them up a little bit. It's got it at
Okay.
minus 190, but I got it in the parlay. Memphis with 10.5 points, even if they lose by 10 somehow, field goal and a touchdown, we still squeak out that spread. So I like
Okay.
Memphis.
All right. I like that. I like that. So let me this. When we look at this, right? When we look at this game coming up here, right? I got a curveball, so we're gonna go off script here. All right. So Oregon State. Okay. You guys seen Oregon DJ? What's that name? DJ Dylan Gabriel. They calling him a Heisman hopeful and all. We seen that Boise State kind of ran through their defense. They got Oregon. Oregon got Oregon State this weekend. Okay. Me personally, I don't think that maybe Oregon State got enough to overpower Oregon, but it's gonna be a good game because they pushing Dylan Gabriel to try to get this Heisman, and we're gonna see if he gonna show up. So I just like that game right there. That's gonna be a rivalry game. I like that game right there for sure.
Oregon State's first two big victories. Oregon struggled against Boise State, still squeaked out a win. Struggled against Idaho. 24-14, probably could have stretched the lead a little bit there every once in a while in the game. But yeah, I don't think Oregon's going to cover. If they do, it's going to be by a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
for
kind of a
sure.
boom or bust scenario. I think they're either going to pop off or it's going to be another squeaker. But I'm not really touching that game. I don't like fucking with Oregon.
Nah,
Nah, Oregon's got to show me something, or else I'm gonna pick the underdog who plays against them.
Okay. All
You
right.
got
I see where you going.
you got them in your parlay?
Oregon State.
Yeah, you got that game in your parlay?
I think I might have taken the over if I'm not mistaken.
That's not a bad look since their defense is trash.
Yeah, because they got ran through. They got ran through
Yeah.
for
Boise
sure.
State's nasty though.
Yeah, Boise State. I'm telling you, Boise State, that running back. Because listen to
Go
this.
Genty.
I ain't never seen a running back. I can't say that. I have seen a running back, but it's been a while. Like I'm talking like Derrick Henry, Alabama days type. Mark Ingram type Alabama days. To where you see a 200, 250, 6 touchdown type. That's crazy. Just period. That's crazy. So I ain't never seen. I can't say I never seen. It's just been a while since I seen a back that good. So I will
Yeah.
say that. But let's move on. Let's move on to our
We gotta get
next.
another 12 o'clock game.
Well, I got a couple here. I got a couple little games here that I kind of like. Now I'll tell you what. The Let's go down to the Boston College game. Let's go ahead and talk about that one. Okay, because I kind of like the Boston College team. I kind of like them against was it Oklahoma? If I'm not mistaken. No, Missouri. Yeah, Missouri.
That's a sketchy one. That's a sketchy one.
Now I get it. I get it. I hear what you're saying. It's sketchy. You gotta first of all, when we talk about Boston College, we talking about Boston College of the old. But y'all know, just like I know, y'all been watching them last couple games from Boston College, and Boston Colleges look good.
Yeah, but the only big win they have is Florida State, and we already established that Florida State fucking sucks. So
I can agree. Okay, I can agree with what you're saying. But listen here,
whereas
what do we see?
Missouri might be a problem. Their first two games 51-0, 38-0.
Yeah, but what do we see in that Florida State
Missouri
game?
Missouri also took a dub at the end of last year, 14-3 over Ohio State.
Yeah. So yeah, they got a tough team down there. I would take them at plus 17 and a half. So that's where I would take them. That's where I would be comfortable at taking them. 17 and a half.
There you
They're
go.
giving you 50, they're giving you 15 and a half. So I take 17 and a half on that Boston College. That's what I would do.
All right.
Because what we seen there in that Florida State game, I get what you're saying. Yeah, Florida State might not be that good. I get it. But also, Florida State not being that good, Boston College was big. They bullied them boys. They bullied them. And okay, you could be sorry, right? You could have maybe not a lot of talent, not a lot of speed on your team. But at the end of the day, if you're a big college team, a big program like that, big built from the front of the line, to the middle linebackers and the outside linebackers, you big all around. It's gonna be a tough day to push them big boys around. So I feel like with Bill O'Brien, he coming in as a new coach, that man turned that program around. He got big boys in there now. So it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game. I think if they lose, I'm thinking that they might pull it out. But let's be safe
Woo!
here. Let's be safe
Woo!
here. Let's be safe here.
Take
And
the
say that
alternate spread.
yeah, let's take the alternate spread. But if they do lose, I don't think it'll be by more than 2 touchdowns. That's crazy to me. That's a blowout.
All right.
I don't think that it's gonna be that.
We'll keep an eye on that one.
All right, let's go to Tulane. Let's go to Tulane. We're gonna travel down to
We
Tulane.
like Tulane. We like
We
Tulane.
love Tulane.
Tulane was the underdog pick last week.
We love Tulane.
Let me see. I ain't got them up here. Where's Tulane? There we go. Oklahoma, Tulane. Tulane lost last week to a great program at Kansas State. 27-34. We had them at plus 9.5, and they covered that. So we
Yeah,
like the spread there.
yeah.
And they're
If
giving
and
us 13 points. They're giving us 13 points this week. So we're going to take
easy,
Tulane plus 14 and a half is what I got.
easy. And look, let's be honest. Let's be honest. When we saw that game last week, when we saw that game against Kansas State. First of all, Kansas State props. Shout out to Kansas State. We saw them last night. They beat up on that team. Okay, they blew them out. Let's be honest. That was not even that wasn't even a game. The other team, number four, the wide receiver and the quarterback, they play well together. They've been playing well together forever. Since Pop Warner, they say since so a good decade, over a decade. But that was pretty much all they had. That Kansas State quarterback, oh my gosh, he's gonna be something. He's gonna be a problem. That man is fast. When I say fast, I mean he got that Lamar Jackson type twitch to him, and he can jet out that pocket. He's a problem. Okay, and he got a decent arm. I think he need to grow into it a little bit. I think that's probably his weakness. Um, but man, and then last week we seen Tulane give them real work. They gave them real work. That game came down to the fourth quarter, and if Tulane didn't make some of the mistakes they did, I think they made a fumble late in the game on their own territory. That kind of flipped the game for them. So if that didn't happen, we definitely would have seen an upset last week. Tulane take that thing to the house. So we going
Yep.
Tulane this week.
Tulane's got a good quarterback. Mensa went 19 for 29, 342 yards
Mm.
with a pair of touchdowns last week, averaging 11.8 yards per attempt. So, dude's got an arm on him. They had a good ball game last week. I think they were up big early, and then Kansas State crept back because they're a good program. So, Oklahoma, on the other hand, they're a big name program, but Houston last week, Oklahoma squeaked out a win 16-12.
Ooh.
So, I mean,
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Houston.
Houston, I don't think a program like Houston should be putting up, a 4-point loss against Oklahoma, low scoring game. So I'd stay away from the over.
Yeah.
Because I think Tulane's got a good defense, good offense. So yeah, like we said, I'm taking Tulane. What do we get? 14 and a half alternate
Yeah,
spread.
Tulane right now is sitting at as we look at, I mean, I use FanDuel. I know you use Draft, DK. But FanDuel's got them at 12 and a half. It's starting to actually go down because you got to get in on those early odds. But they got them at 12 and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be safe, take the alternate 14 and a half. But I wouldn't be afraid of taking the 12 and a half plus 12 and a half. I mean, I think that it's going to be a one score game. I think that really Tulane could pull this out. So if you're feeling froggy, like Dave say, plus 36 and a half. I mean, plus 36 on your money line, you can get pretty much on the closing in on 4 times your money. But
Yeah.
I think plus 12 and a half is that's a good spread. I'm taking it at 14 and a half for my parlay.
Yeah, so that's my two underdogs for the day, Memphis and Tulane.
Okay.
I might even
All right.
throw them in money line, just a double money line there, just in case
All
we
right.
squeak one out. And
Let's
then we
talk
already
about
talked about Alabama, and then the other.
yeah, well, since we talked about Alabama, let's go down to Texas. Okay.
All
Talk
right,
about
we're in
Texas.
Texas.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go down to Texas, you know what I'm saying? Take the route down to Texas and they playing UTSA, okay? UTSA, as you guys know, is not a great school, okay? But we're not looking at me personally right here, I'm not calling a win because we already know Texas is gonna win. They're not giving you great odds on the spread. That's a lot of points that they're giving us or they're giving Texas. I'm not taking it. More power to you. If you're feeling that great about Texas, probably some of y'all Texas fans definitely gonna take that. But over, I take the over 50 to be
We got
comfortable.
over
But
50.
yeah, over 50 to be
The
comfortable.
line right now is about over 55.5, give or take. The spread's 35.5. I think they do cover the spread, but I'm not betting the spread. We're betting over 50. Throw it in the
Over
parlay.
50. Over 50. All right. And I think we got two more on this college docket, right? And let's go down to Kentucky and Georgia, right? Kentucky versus Georgia. I wanted to ask about this. I don't know if we got anything set on this, uh, but I want to ask you, Dave, what you think about Kentucky, Georgia? So
I think Georgia's going to smoke them.
yeah, this gonna be a smoke type game. With the spread, what you think about the spread? Okay, because we know that Georgia is gonna go down and to Kentucky and handle business. We already know this. But what you think about the under over? Because I think Kentucky might get embarrassed.
Spread's 22.5. I think that's a safe bet. Kentucky lost 6-31 to South Carolina last week, so I think Georgia blows them out of the water. Let's see, over under 44.5. Oh yeah, that's a lot. I think Georgia by themselves will score 50 points.
Okay, so you taking that?
I would take the over.
All right, let me put that in. I'm gonna put that in because I wanted to know about that, and I'm gonna take that because I kind of look. I was looking at that under over. I was like, that kind of seems like something that might be worth taking. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Georgia
take
put
that.
up Georgia 34-3 against Clemson. And I think Clemson's a little better team than Kentucky. And then their spread last week, Georgia's spread last week, they lost it, but it was 54.5, and they won by 45.
All right.
So
So I'm
yeah,
taking that.
I would take the over. That's a low over. They must be giving Kentucky some credit on defense for some reason, but
No
yeah, I
way.
think that's a good pick.
Yeah, no way. I think they missing on this one, but we'll see. I'm
Yep.
putting it in my parlay. All right, let's go down to the let's travel with the Duke quarterback that wound up taking a trip down to Notre Dame. Okay,
That's a tough one.
Notre. Now, I like this one. Okay, this one is. Listen. I was up last night. I was taking a look at some of the college teams. Came across Purdue. Purdue, I think, has a good chance in this ball game. Okay, a lot of people are not looking at Purdue, but Dave, as you know, this guy was what 24 for 25.
Yeah, that's a good
24.
stat
No, wait a
line.
minute. 24 for 25. 275, maybe 280 yards. And listen, they took the dude out in the third quarter. Okay, he did all this in the third quarter. I'm not a prop guy, but today I'm taking a prop over 200 for the kid. I think he got over 200 today, easy.
Hard.
Yeah, card is his
Yeah, and you got to
last
go,
name.
and you got to go all the way back to November 4th, 2023. Is the last time that card put up less than 200 yards, and that was against the national champ Michigan. So
Ooh.
fast forward, you got a couple backups with some stat lines in there because he's putting it down.
Yeah.
Let's see, 49-0 last week, 24-25, passer rating of 240,
Yeah.
4 tutties.
Yeah. And they listen, they taking this kid out in the third quarter. I mean, he's that type of quarterback. He's putting it down.